All right, just adjusting it. Whoa! Oh!
Hi, and welcome back to Ganza Gaming. Thanks to the Nerd Extravaganza podcast and Adventure Game Store. I wanted to put together some clips to help you catch up with what's going on, but it turned out to be more confusing, so I'll just explain. No, that would take too long. Let me sum up. Basically, some of our old crew had went to a town where they discovered that the mayor was a very savvy political beast, a little mafia-like, if you know what I mean, and that he had developed this steroid-fueled moonshine that he called Red Shine to build up his own militia where he wouldn't need the Texas Rangers. Now we've discovered evidence that this Red Shine is now being used by the criminal element. They're going back to get some answers. So far, it doesn't look like those answers are going to be pretty. So let's see what happens when we have a bunch of players, most of them who are new to this town, find out they're the only law, and there's nobody watching over their shoulder.
We take off.
Yeah, take off. We're heading to Guthrie.
All right. As you continue on, it's just field after field. All of the red corn has been stripped, completely gone, or it's been hacked and it's been mowed down. So we get to Guthrie, and the gates are wide open because it was a walled town.
It is.
And there's
well,
nobody
look at
there.
that. They have left a welcome committee for us. Let us go inside and see what they have done for us.
So you go.
I
All
don't
right,
think
guys.
it's going to be at the parade where you
No, definitely not. You guys gotten kind of famous almost, right?
Yeah.
Rescuing the 12, was it 12 kids? 8 kids?
We do not. We do not do this for the fame, nor for the recognition.
I don't know who's right. I'm the GM, so.
We do not do
Every
this
time
for
we
the
mention
fame.
the kids, we should like double it. Like,
Double it.
this
24
time
children.
it's 12 kids we rescued.
It's actually like
Next week it'll be 24.
Exactly. So you come in, there's no guards at the gate, no guards on the wall.
oh shoot.
And inside, it looks like a, except for the fence, it looks like a normal little 1950s town. There's the diner you were so fond of last time, where you got your veiled threats from the mayor.
So whenever we come in there,
Yep.
the diner's empty, right?
We're not at the diner.
We're
No,
not
we're
at the
driving
diner.
We
past
moved
it.
past
You're driving, the diner's coming up.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, do we see anybody in the diner?
All right, so there are 2 or 3 cars. One of them looks like a burned out husk.
Mm-hmm.
There are doors that are just open.
Mm-hmm.
There's broken windows
Mhm.
in the houses. And it looks like farther back a whole house just completely burned to the ground.
Okay.
So-
So is there no one in the diner?
Well, we have to go inside.
Yeah, there's from what windows you can see where the blinds are open, the ones that aren't like messed up and wrecked. You don't see anybody in those windows. As far as you know, there's nobody in the diner at this time.
Have we slowed down? Or are you
Yeah.
slowed down? So I want to
I
get
could've
out.
seen this, huh?
Yeah, because you're like,
I know what this is.
I want to go out, get out, and walk into the diner. And a little case that they have that rotates with apple pies on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to open that case, grab an apple pie, come back outside, and say, "Look at this! I have found what America was made for."
We gotta get this.
Now, who wants a slice of this great here apple pie?
me.
Oh, you guys eat out.
I told you that Steve could be your best asset or worst nightmare. This leans a little towards the other side. I've spent time trying to establish that this town is wrecked, that it's tense, that it's dangerous, and he jumps in with a joke. Now, some GMs will get a little, worried about that and a little frustrated that their efforts were deflated, but I've noticed he does this on a regular occasion. Mostly it's his defense mechanism to kind of say, whoa, this is deep enough. We don't have to get any farther into it. So I know I've reached his limit. The other challenge with Steve is that when his character gets bored, he starts to look for ways to make things more interesting, which is great, even better. But in the Cypher system with the concept of GM intrusions, it's a little tough to find a way for me to jump in and give XP when he's willing to do it for me. Maybe I should just decide whether or not, when Steve does something, that constitutes my GM intrusion for the day. I'll have to think about that one.
No, stop it.
You
Sure.
deserve this.
You didn't get me no shit.
Now, we can continue on an adventure. I just need to stop for some apple pie.
And
I love how
Let's
this
go
is
look.
casual. You know, I'm sure. I take a slice. Why not?
Aside from the apple pie, did you see anything else inside?
No, I was very focused on that.
Nobody
On this
like,
apple pie.
chasing us. Nobody looked
No.
at him at all when
I
he
didn't,
walked
I didn't
in
see
there?
anybody.
No,
I didn't
dragon.
see anybody red.
Okay.
It seems to me like it's a very hard thing to miss a red-skinned man, but
The
I did not see
red-skinned man.
Ruby
Again,
skin.
careful, careful.
They
Ruby
lunged
skin.
towards us.
ruby red-skinned man.
Ruby red.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's keep driving.
okay, where do you guys want to drive to?
Yeah, where are we headed?
Let's go circle around town.
Okay.
Or let's go to the mayor's office.
I'm
Maybe
pretty
we'll
sure.
get
Is there a
there.
Don't poop on his desk.
Go poop on his desk.
Just like walk over,
Is
just
there
like
a
put your
trail
pants down
of
and shit all over
like
it.
destruction that we can kind of follow? Like I would think if a horde of huge red monsters came trampling through the
They're
town.
not destroying the town
Time
though.
out. Do we
But
check
time
the
out,
recording?
yeah, please.
So we need to check the recording. You should be it.
We should always take a peek anyway.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. They're part of his personal, like, militia, these monsters.
No, I understand.
They're not, like, running amok, destroying everything.
No, I know, but
Join
it'd
the
be
militia,
good.
breaking windows and shit.
I'm just gonna wrap up and this.
I'm sorry,
go
go
off
on.
No, but like what I'm trying to say is that if there's a huge group of red monsters that came and killed everybody,
you would
inside
notice.
of-
Yeah.
you would notice the
Yeah.
trail that they would go through. Be
No,
like,
no, I get
hey,
that.
listen, where would you follow a great red horde? Where, if you were to choose a direction and the horde would have gone to,
If
you
they're
would have
even
been like.
being sent anywhere, right? I mean,
The trail would probably be pretty clear.
bunch of dead dudes.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like blood, guts,
No,
a little bit
I
of
get it.
debris here
You're
and
not
there.
wrong, but I don't think that's the situation we're in.
So
I
you
think
guys
you
are
would
making.
tell us.
You guys are kind of
Yeah.
like going around the
We
perimeter
would've
of
noticed
town.
that.
As you
That's the
can
mayor's
in the
office.
car, and you do see on the opposite side of where the gate is, there's another gate, but it's completely off its hinges. And this is where the destruction is really kind of the most
Focus.
and focused and centered on.
Okay. So
But
I
it
say
is
let's go
everything.
there.
Okay. To the destruction. Okay. So you guys are going. You're there. Really, in a way, there's not much to really look into because the houses here are just completely burned to the ground, compared to like just the one you saw by the diner. It's just like, house after house after house is burned down.
Maybe the one by the diner still structurally kind of sound.
Yeah, there's more closer to the diner. Everything's more structural.
Oh, like a bomb
But-
went off there or something?
Yeah, monsters don't set fires, first
Yeah.
of all. It's like, that's the one thing that's...
Actually, that's kind of what it looks like.
Really? Okay. Okay, that's bad. That's actually bad.
Some of them are still kind of actually warm. Kind of
Oh.
It's happening.
kind of sweaty. And
Okay.
as I've recapped before, in our version of the world, where the snake taint gets higher, so does the temperature rise. Kind of makes more of an excuse for snakes to be running around.
There's another very sweet GMing reason why I have heat as a side effect of the snake corruption in the area. And that is theme. Especially if those themes are for your reoccurring bad guys. It puts on a big neon sign letting players know this is not a little side adventure. This is part of the big quest that's tying everything together for your campaign. So sometimes you don't need to have it spelled out to them verbally, but giving them little clues with sights and smells and sounds that let them know the big bad is still having an effect even if he isn't there in person really gives people a feeling of continuity and that they are on the right track. It still gives me warm fuzzies remembering how players would panic the minute they'd see something with an insect appearance, or they would hear scratching coming from underneath wood floors. And that was all from the beauty of tying your villains, your big main villains, with a theme.
Do you believe in the great church of the snake?
No, it's not.
What about the church's competition? Snake taint.
So, it was a snake bit. You liked the snake bit, didn't you? That was one you
It was pretty good.
So, but yeah, it was still. It's kind of like these buildings are still burning or smoldering.
Is there anything like useful. Let's see around me.
I mean,
Like
inside the.
yeah, like inside. Like I'm looking for the kids that he said were tied up. Like, do I hear any kids cry? Do I hear any yodeling from
Yodeling.
I mean, if I would think of what a red monster would be doing, I think it would be yodeling. It's just
Okay, I grabbed the megaphone
Okay.
and
Oh God, this
I'm
is a
just
bad
gonna be
idea.
like, kids, where are you?
God.
We're there, Rangers. We're here to help you.
Too late, it's happening.
Come out.
Okay, so you put the megaphone
Scream
down.
out.
I'm gonna
And
keep it
actually,
coming.
you, in the distance, you do hear, hey, we're here, hey.
And then I say, hey.
I get back on the radio and I'm like,
Hashtag him.
Mr. Ranger that has just left us.
No!
It seems that we have picked up a couple more kids that need to be living in the orphanage. Do you think you can come around and pick them up before we go on this?
Time to bring a van.
You might need to bring a bigger vehicle or take out the spike strips from the back of your trunk before you get here.
Just stuff kids in the
For
trunk.
God's sake, there are children here.
Exactly. So,
Take out the spike strip. Okay, so we go towards the kids.
sure. And it's a house that's not been burned down.
Okay.
And you hear them, and you go in, and yeah, there's like some kids there, like they're literally tied to like their front porch post.
So we gotta untie them.
Yeah.
I don't have a knife.
Oh yeah, that's a completely reasonable request. You've done
Oh, I do have
Yeah.
one. Okay.
both
I
done
look
cut.
at this and I see the target practice that my daddy done showed me when I was
No.
Did he tie up
I
kids
saw
from your
that look in
neighborhood?
your eyes and I knew right away.
So this
Did
is
he
a
tie up kids to the pole?
No, nothing like that. We used to just tie. Whenever the cows would, whenever the horses would.
so anyway.
And the kids are like,
Well, they're hugging you. They give you hugs. They say thank you so much, and they have this haunted look in their eye.
You okay there, youngin? Now
No.
you want to talk to her about the candy?
oh my God!
So you get this straight. They're traumatized children, and you want to trick them with candy that's not existing.
I pull the same bone trick. Because I
bone
never
trick. How many
get
bones do you have? Do you just have a skeleton on you?
Unfortunately,
The thing is, I'm completely
The
convinced
curious
that she has.
skeleton.
I'm completely convinced that she had like candy on her because I just see her as a woman. I'm like, oh, she's like a mother, and then she looks like
You see me as a mother?
What is it? I know, it's supposed to be like Xena, not even
I'm like,
who hands bones to
coffee
people?
mix of, what was it? What's his name?
Mockingbird, Bobby.
Yeah,
Bobby and
Bobby, like Mockingbird and Xena together.
Yeah, but I still doesn't
I'm
take away my
lying to
prejudices.
Doesn't take away
Doesn't take away my.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I got 1950s prejudice deep south.
What was that treat that you liked?
Mint julep.
Mint julep. So I pull out a jar of those, and then I say, I give it to the kids.
Mint julep is an alcoholic drink.
Oh!
The ignorance.
Never mind! Rewind! I don't know what that is. I thought it was a candy.
At this point, so we pull up.
Rewind! I do not offer that to children.
I kind of look to the side and make say we're still getting fired. That's it. The end of the range is right here.
It's a kind of gin and tonic.
It's a gin and tonic with
Well, they
mint
need
in
to
it.
calm the fuck down. They've been through something.
Oh my god.
This is like
so
you're
great.
sipping a matati.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so what?
Actually,
I shouldn't have said anything. I would have GM and reacted to that. Oh my god.
okay, so no, that does not happen.
You think about it, you pull it out, wait a minute.
But I said, I asked the kids, and I'm like, hey kids, like, can you tell me what happened?
They killed all the parents.
Who's they?
The monsters.
What did these monsters look like?
They were red with fangs and claws, and some of them were like lizards and snake things and.
And they're looking around, and I grab the megaphone, and I'm like, story confirmed!
Oh, why did you do that? There's no
Story
reason.
confirmed?
I don't get it.
Okay, no. But go ahead.
I'm gonna cut in. I'm gonna say, yeah, we know all this. Where
Okay.
they headed?
Yeah, where did the
Which way
monsters
they headed?
go?
We got about 11 kids right here, so you might need to get another
How many
car.
kids are there?
You know.
Well, actually, if you guys start going house by house, there's quite a few. There's like about
Three?
like there's like
Three.
there literally
More
is
than
like 12,
Three.
and each one of them are like tied to something, tied down to something, and sitting on the ground.
Tied?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are these kids tied to? The ones that we found.
But they were tied to a porch pillar.
A porch pillar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them are tied to
What
like
are
a
they
radiator.
tethered with?
With rope.
Oh, just rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I was even free
did the
then.
monsters tie you to this pole?
No, the bad men that were with them tied us.
What did this bad man look like?
Well, one had like long hair and he wore goggles.
But I don't recognize him. Like,
No.
I wouldn't recognize him.
No.
Goggles.
Did he tell you why he was tying you to this pole?
He said that he had different use for us.
Different use.
Yeah.
Did he say anything else about why?
He said I was too skinny.
No.
Was he with the monsters by any chance?
Don't worry, son. It looks like he didn't want to eat you. You didn't look healthy enough.
The poor kid! The poor kid!
He's gonna be anorexic or something.
Even the bad guy was a little more friendly with him. He just like, he was gonna eat you. And he's probably just like, oh.
He's gonna eat and then like throw up and be like, no, the monsters will never eat me!
Okay. It'll be basically at this point with this comment, the kids are ready to. Some of them are ready to bug out.
I was gonna say, where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go?
They're just gonna run out into the street because this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
Stop
god.
scaring the children. Let me
you
handle
pay an
this.
XP to say no, or are you gonna take it?
What?
This is my little token for experience.
Oh, yes.
This is it, okay.
Oh, that's
What are
mine.
you gonna do?
Oh my god.
And this you give to somebody else.
Ooh.
I'm going to detour here for a moment to talk about GM intrusions. In case you missed one of our earlier episodes, one version of GM intrusion is very similar, mechanically speaking, to what most people call a critical fail. You roll 1 on the d20, and something bad happens. Usually for people who think of critical fails, it's something related to a piece of bad luck or an ineptitude on the player, like he stabs himself in the foot or he accidentally shoots a friend. GM intrusions are a little more broad than that, and they actually invite that something interesting comes into the scene. Now, the second version, which is the version I'm using right now, is where I bribe players with XP for them to accept a complication. That complication doesn't have to be related to their ineptitude. It can just be somewhat of a logical occurrence that happens in the environment or related to some of the player or the character's trends. So if a player is always kind of a drunkard, so to speak, and he's trying to be on the wagon, then maybe I'll offer an XP for him to not avoid the bar. And of course, the bar is going to have something more than just temptation. It's going to it's going to have something that is going to make everybody's day just a tad bit more interesting.
It's happening. It's happening.
What's happening?
Intrusion!
Everybody's
And
saying,
then after that, he just like looks at you, and then before anybody can think, bolts into the underbrush. These tiny kids just actually not all of them, but 3 or 4 of them just split off.
Watch! Whichever way they do not go, that is where we have to go because the monsters are not that way. Look at them straight away. The other way, the other direction that they're not going to. That is the way we have to go.
I won't deny you.
Basically, they kind of back to the diner with you, the place they didn't go.
Back to the diner.
Did
They
you
went
grab
to the
something?
Yeah, I did not see anything out of the older dinner, but we can go have another
Oh, you were
look.
looking at that pie.
Oh, I was looking just at
Maybe
that.
they want more pie.
No.
No, they're running away from the diner. They're running
Away from
yeah.
Away from the diner?
Yeah, well, nobody ran into the direction of the diner. So that's,
Okay.
They got bad reviews on Yelp.
Yes. I think I felt it a little bit on that apple pie. It didn't feel like it hit the tongue. It just right the palate. I've had a little bit better in the palate before.
Well, shall we go yell at them then?
We should go yell at them. I will leave an unhealthy review in the weekly newspaper.
The weekly newspaper. Underneath the Yelp section.
Yelp time.
Yelp.
That's right. The Yelp Sunday comment.
It's called holler.
So you guys go to the diner. You open it,
I like Yelp time.
and it is.
Jenny's-
Nobody's in there.
Oh, okay.
Booths are overturned. There's an open pie case for some reason.
Can you imagine?
Is there more cake in there?
Oh, there is. There is.
Oh, I grab another cake. I'm like, this is for myself for later on. Now, can you hold on to this? The next time we find some kids, maybe we can convince them.
We got pie!
And cake?
I put it in my pocket.
Don't mind you scary monsters!
Everything else in your pockets will be covered in cake.
No, I have
It's all
other room.
smushed in
Oh,
there.
you got a plastic bag.
Oh,
I have little
This is
containers
my
in
cake
my
room.
Let me see something.
So you invented, your character invented Tupperware. Is that
Yeah.
right? Hashtag Tupperware inventor.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. Have you
In a
ever
wooden
thought?
box.
Have you ever thought of taking a bag and putting it across yourself like this and holding stuff in there? I have heard it is like a dark hole, and you just keep putting stuff
I
in
don't even
there.
know what a dark hole is.
You should make it for me.
Nah, that just sounds too girly for me.
You
You should
make
pick up
something
some.
with your bare hands.
You should pick up some sewing needles and try it, Xena.
This,
Xena?
Xena.
Zena?
this derelict, like...
That's Kathy
because
before
it's
me.
derelict, right?
Yes.
Well, I guess we have to, like, look, we're gonna search around, I think,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
We have to take a look around.
All right.
It seems that we don't have to look that much, my friend, because everything has been turned over.
Well, we didn't check the bag now, did we?
Yeah.
No, that is where they keep the explosive things. I don't want to set up any traps.
The bank.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you say the bank?
The back.
Oh, the back.
The back.
Okay.
What?
So you go in the
Check
back,
the back.
and in the back, everything is stripped as far as supplies go.
Oh, shoot, okay. Just bare.
I mean, yeah, everybody, they took all the food.
Is there like kitchen equipment left? Is that going to?
Oh, well, if you don't call it a knife or a fork or a spoon,
Yeah.
that's pretty much. Some pots and pans are still there. The ovens are still there. Nobody.
Was the spork still in there?
Not
Oh
yet.
my God.
Nope. This is the time before.
Is there a bank?
What?
There's a bank, right? Can we go check the bank? You guys want to go check?
The bank.
Let's go
Where's the
check the
bank?
bank.
Is it near?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
It's a small bank.
Let's check out everything.
Why would we check the bank? just because.
For money.
Why
I
not?
only have
Let's
$20.
do it. If the diner is overturned, maybe the bank is derelict too, and it's got all the money.
It's a Texas Ranger.
So when we get to the bank,
I need
I
to get a
imagine there's
deposit.
like a whole pile of gold. There's like a guy with $1 million check, like, hey, the town's gone. Here's your $1 million check.
No, there's just a tiny couple of.
What do you think we're gonna find there? Sorry, go on.
We're gonna find a couple of desks,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a teller window.
Okay.
You know, with like a locked, with a door that's locked. And then
Right.
behind that, you see a pathetically small safe that can't be much bigger than this chair
It's like
over
a
here.
bait box.
I'm gonna
Yes.
use my lock picking skill.
No.
Sure.
Oh, wait. I jumped
For
over.
the safe, or did you just get behind it?
Behind there first.
Can you even get behind it more than
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I break the door?
You
Oh,
can, yeah,
do
you can
that.
break it. You just break the door.
You can just
Say you're
walk
locked.
through it.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
save my lock picking for the lock.
All right. I'm gonna break the door.
All right, we're gonna call that demanding,
Okay.
and because of your might effort.
I have might edge and I also
There we
have
go. That's what I was
the,
looking for. Yeah.
I have the skill.
Yep.
Breaking inanimate objects.
Yep. So that's going to be down to a 9 or better
Okay.
at difficulty test 3.
All right. I have 2 edge for might. So I can bring it down any.
Yep. That's going to bring it down to 1 point.
So I just need 3 or better.
Yep.
Okay. 18.
Nice.
18.
Oh, he just blew it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You just
Boom.
It
You rolled
rolls
a
up
20,
at
you would have got
2.
your 1 point back.
Can he blow it so hard that
Sorry.
The
that
door.
the other
Dimension.
that the
The
lock
door.
the thing like just breaks open that I was supposed to lockpick.
Oh, that he bounces the door and breaks open the safe?
Yeah. No. Okay.
Sorry.
No,
Try.
so
Get to 20
once
and
he goes
breaks the door
in there,
in the
right,
safe.
I run
Tried.
to the. I've always wanted to do this, and I go to where the teller is.
Well-
Can I help you today, sir? Now, I have a lot of options for your checking and savings equipment. Just give me your money and we will get into business. Welcome to the First National John Doe Bank.
John Doe.
I hope that's
Okay,
what it's
so you do your little
called.
shtick. To everybody, whether your characters find it amusing or not, who knows?
I just say, God. I just shake my head. I just shake my head in disbelief.
I grab the suit so that the exhaust goes in his direction and starts
There you go.
popping.
I just like my eye catches the
Safe?
safe, so I just blow past them and I go. to the
Yeah, we're all
safe.
distracted.
Yeah.
So you go to the
And
safe,
I-
like I said, it's a pathetic.
And I want to pick the lock.
Okay. That
It's
is
in
going to
my
be a little
nature.
more difficult than usual. So we're going to say that that's going to be a challenging rating, so it's a 5.
Okay.
You need to roll a 15 unless you're going to find ways to get that lowered.
Have your asset for lockpicking, right?
Yeah.
So that's a start.
I have my asset for lock picking.
But not safe cracking.
Not safe.
I could just shatter the safe, guys.
Wait.
just saying.
So whenever I put the spike,
Could you?
It's metal, right?
Oh, yeah, why can't he
That's
do
just-
it?
So the shatter the safe.
Sure.
I might damage the
has
assets.
worthy of tales told
Okay.
for years afterwards. Is that what you have to do to move the spike?
8. Heroic. Yes. That's where it
Again,
starts
you
off
could
at.
lockpick it as well, I don't know. Try lockpicking first. No,
So
15 or better is going to get it.
it is, but if you get it, then I don't have to break it.
Yeah, sure. Let's try it.
spend effort.
Ah, 12.
Close. Yeah. You could have spent effort. You would have got it.
You actually would have, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Whoops.
It's fine. Can I shatter the
So
safe?
go back in time.
No, it doesn't work that way.
All right. All right. Look. Don't blame him. Don't blame me.
What's wrong with you? What team are you on?
We don't have time travel.
This is our team!
You let the team down. Didn't cut them slack, man.
No, I never will. 'Cause- never mind. I'm
You're
going
going
to
to see
say
this
no.
story in the Yelp Times.
No, I have my own rating, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
it's
just
gonna be the-
thinking, we should probably collect those kids.
Forgot about him, yeah. They're probably fine.
They live around here.
It's challenging for you.
Okay.
So how are you going to pull off?
Well, how am I going to pull it off? I'm going to use my shatter ability
Okay.
and just like break open the,
We're going to say this is a variation on your shatter ability.
Yeah.
Do you have any XP to blow?
Kind of, a little bit.
Okay.
If I do, what am I getting out of that?
Well, we're saying,
Like, will I
forget that it's a little.
I spend an XP. Is that going to make it easier, or am I going to just do it?
You're going to be able to. Well, but usually it's like you're turning a coffee cup into like a little grenade, basically.
Well, yeah.
So this is
I want
going
to
to.
focus it to something.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, do this. This lets you accomplish it and lets you spend edge and effort on it for 2 XP.
We have gadgeteering.
Well, it's gadgeteering.
You could use your gadgeteering as an asset to say that you're tweaking your gear to be able to manipulate the safe.
Oh, okay. Well, I could do that.
So that goes from challenging to difficult.
Alright. And I'm using after what kind of,
It would be intelligence because you're using your magnetism.
perfect, let me do that. No, I should
Okay.
just
And
roll.
you want to use your effort from that? Because that would
Yeah.
take you down to a 3, which would be a 9 or better.
Yeah,
Okay?
no problem.
So spend your effort.
Okay, and that's, awesome.
Cross your fingers. 18!
Nice.
18, yep.
I didn't even need all that.
Short of, yeah, of all the
Alright.
vulnerability.
Sorry.
There's nothing in it.
The safe shakes, starts to tremble, and then you hear just pook, and like one little the pinion and the hinge just shoots through the ceiling,
It just makes a hole.
and then the safe just opens, and you can tell that if you tried to close the door, it would not match back up. It's warped. The door, the hinge, something has now been warped. Good shadows.
That was absolutely gorgeous, my good fellow. Absolutely gorgeous.
Quite, yes, quite.
Riveting.
Quite riveting. Quite riveting.
You open it
I
up
would
here.
give you something a little bit louder.
So I've noticed that with Cypher, especially when you include ciphers in the picture, the general power level of your characters are much higher than you usually find in a 0 to hero setup. For those who are new to RPGing, 0 to hero means you usually start off as somebody who's slightly capable or maybe even a novice in what you do, and eventually you'll get to be above and beyond the ken of mortal men. But there's a ramp-up period. You know, once you get to that higher level, then the campaign's going to wrap up. For some games, Cypher being one of them, you start off as a very competent character. And for me, I enjoy that more. That lets characters feel like they can try anything because they know that they're not going to screw up when they're beginners. And also, it lets create crazier stories right out of the box. Not saying one way is better than the other. That's just generally my style. In fact, it feels weird. I was originally worried that maybe the Cypher system was too high level at the beginning, and where was I going to go from here? You know, at this point, I'm much more comfortable with it now. I enjoy it much more. So I just let loose, and we go from there.
Other than a golf club, but I feel like I would hurt your English sensibility.
Do they play golf back then?
Yes. That definitely was.
So there's a lot less money than you ordinarily would think would be in a safe. A lot of it
But
seems
it
to
is
be
money.
papers. Yeah, there's money. There's a lot of papers,
Not too interested.
deeds, stuff like that.
Oh, we can become. I say, my dear fellow.
I love how we're robbing a bank.
I say, my dear fellow. I think that a nice deed to a house would do great work for me.
So I pulled a deed out and I handed it to you and I'm just like, yeah, the house is probably burnt down. But you're welcome to it.
No, but I just
I
want
take the
some
cash
land
while
for
they're
my
doing that.
plantation.
Okay.
I take half of the cash while they're doing that.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. I'm not gonna have any part of that.
I'm going to take a seat and watch you guys commit crimes.
Yeah.
I'm writing down my notes for the Internal Affairs Division to chat with you guys later.
Now, with this deed to the house.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, I cannot do this. It is a house over here in this city. I do
How
not
would
need
you
a
know?
house
You
in
would
this
have to
city.
tell you.
It says 1 acre on it. There's never going to be a place out in the country that's just 1 acre. Here, my friend, you can keep this. Give me a better thing next time. Why 1 acre?
Oh my
Get
God.
out of here.
And you guys hear a scream.
Oh, no.
Outside?
Or, yeah.
Oh, it's outside.
Okay.
We run out.
Okay, you run out, and one of the little kids that had run off from you before is now running down the street, screaming.
You see, I knew it was great to put out bait. Now let us kill one of these.
Bait.
Kid bait.
Oh, I don't mean bait. I mean protection for us. Early warning system.
Like canary in the coal mine. Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
The implications here. Holy crap.
You planned that.
So I run after this kid because I have
Okay.
running abilities, and I stop him.
All right.
He's like, "What's wrong?"
And she said, "They're coming! They're coming!"
The British?
Oh, what?
Don't mind.
The monsters are coming.
The what? The red suits?
No.
Monsters.
These big lizards. They're coming.
So if you hadn't guessed, I had a little clock running in the back of my head, and the players could have had a much easier time of the opposition if they retained focus. But where's the fun in that? I let them kind of get tempted and distracted by a sort of sandbox area they could play in, and in this case it kind of proves why sandbox role-playing games and sandbox video games tempt people, because they get to do and explore and experiment and see what happens. So they had fun, but it also allowed me a chance to ratchet up things to the next level for the adventure. Funny enough, in a recent situation, I was role-playing, and I had just one random encounter planned. You know, they would meet, they have a little combat, and there would be a distraction. But instead of running it as a static combat encounter, I tweaked it a little bit into a sort of mystery situation that they could solve. And that little side bit became the whole evening's worth of entertainment, and it was entertaining. So what exactly are our heroes going to face, and how are they going to manage to take it down? We'll see. Check us out next time. And thanks for hanging out with us, and good gaming.